May your mornings always be golden. Cookery in Ireland AM brought to you by Kerrygold.
Time now for some cooking, and Chef Simon O'Connell has brought us with his recipe for prawn pesto pasta. Prawn pesto pasta.
There you go. Well done, Alan. I think we're going to be helping out as well.
You are, yeah. You're going to help me make the pesto, and then we're going to put it all together at the end.
Okay. Perfect.
So like I said, we're going to do a lovely fresh prawn pasta pesto with a bit of lemon in it, so nice and bright and vibrant, and tomato for the.
How quick would this take to make?
Literally, what we're doing here is how quick it is. So this is kind of the type of thing that a chef will make at home when they get in, because they can have it in a few minutes, and it's so quick and it's really good.
So is the pesto the hardest part to make here?
That's the bit that you're going to do.
Right, okay.
Right. What pasta is that?
So we're going to use fusilli.
Why do you use fusilli?
I just think it looks nice with the pesto kind of getting in between the bits. But you could use tagliatelle or spaghetti, whatever you like. Yeah. So we get that in there, nice hot boiling water, and then we've got a pan. We're going to use a wok here for this, because we're going to end up mixing all our pasta and our prawns in the wok and the pesto. So we want a good bit of space to toss it all around.
Are you seasoning the prawns or anything? Or
no, we're going to put some chilli and garlic, and we've got a lot of salt in this. So when you're making pasta, you need a lot of salt in the water. It has to be as salty as the sea,
isn't it?
That's it, yeah. So what we're going to do first of all, we'll just get these prawns on. So we've got a little bit of oil in the pan, and then we'll go over to you in a minute, and we'll heat that up. And then
you just stand there, tell me how
exactly.
So we've got these are Irish prawns caught off the west coast, and what we've done with them is we've just deveined them and we've peeled them.
It's very important to do that, isn't it? Because that's how you get sick.
And they're full of grit and stuff. It's just stuff you don't want to be
eating. To devein them, is it?
Yeah, it's very
So
easy.
when you pull them out of the shell, it's good to pull the...
Oh, you're supposed to take that little black thing out.
Take the black thing out of it.
That's the poo, isn't it?
It is. It's the digestive tract. Which
I was showing the kids that when I was on holidays. Actually, they were getting a right kick out of it, but I was eating it. Right, okay.
So we got our prawns in there, and because I've opened up the back, if you ever get prawns in the Chinese, they look really big and they're kind of round. That's because they've opened up the back. So these will get huge now. They only take a couple of seconds, because prawns, they'll turn pink. Yeah. So in there, we're going to add
And that's how you know they're cooking, is they start to turn pink.
That's it, yeah.
Now, it wasn't roasting that pan when you put it on?
No, because if people tend to get, if you're cooking a steak, you want the pan very hot. But things like these, you don't want the garlic to burn too quick, so you want to just slowly start to cook. So it's on a medium-high heat now, and that's going to take seconds. So the next thing we're going to add into these is we've got some lovely cherry tomatoes, just chopped in half, and they'll just bring a nice kind of freshness to the dish. So you get a nice pop every time you grab one.
Okay.
So we give that a stir around, and we don't want to kind of turn the tomatoes into a sauce. We want them to keep their shape, so that they have that.
Oh, you don't want them to melt down.
A bit of crunch on them.
Exactly, you want that, yeah. So in there, we're just going to add in a little bit of sea salt and a little bit of pepper, and then we're going to leave that too. So now, see how pink they're turning already?
Yeah.
So we're going to go over to you now, and you're going to make the pesto. So what we've got, you want to pop your garlic into the blender there first of all.
Okay, so how many, about 2 or 3 cloves in there?
Small ones, so I've got about 3 of them in there.
Okay.
Next, you want to get your basil, so we've got fresh basil in there.
Okay, and it's just the leaves, you don't put the stalk in there?
Yeah, you can put the stalks in as well.
All of this?
Yeah, you put the whole lot in.
So you want loads, you want to fill up the whole thing, right?
And then next we've got some pine nuts. So see these pine nuts here? I've lightly toasted them in the pan, because when you toast pine nuts, they release all that flavour, so they get even nuttier.
They're very nice.
Like a snack.
I could eat those on their own.
Really, really good.
So putting all those in again?
You put half of them in.
Okay, I'll eat the rest then.
You need the rest,
yeah, perfect. They're delicious. I'll try those. They're honestly really good.
If you want to pop your parmesan, so again, put about half of that into it.
Oh, so you do this all in one go?
Yeah.
You don't blitz it and then come back to it?
No, you can do it all. And that's how quick it is. And then you want to put a pinch of salt and pepper in. See, your prawns now are nearly done already as it is.
Okay.
And then you want to put in a squeeze of lemon. Half the lemon there will do you. And then last of all, if you want to put the oil into it there as well.
And all the oil?
Yeah, you put most. Leave a little bit, but I wouldn't. That's good enough there, yeah. Perfect.
Right.
Now,
that's going to make the pesto.
That's the pesto, yeah. Easy as that. You can
I
do
thought
it
I heard you put ice cubes or something into it. Is that true?
That's a cocktail.
Give it a whack there. There you're getting it.
Just keep going. Do you have to?
No, that should do it. Should be good to go there, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Done.
So pesto is actually it's not really a sauce, it's a dressing. So we're not going to be cooking it. We're going to be putting it in here and dressing the pasta. Yeah, perfect. Look, you can see everything's mixed up there nicely.
Right.
So our prawns,
and do you put, if it's not of the consistency you want, do you just put more oil in it?
you can put a little bit more oil. You just blend it again. Usually things will blend quick enough. It just takes a bit of time to catch up.
Does that go in on top of the prawns now?
That'll go in on top. In a minute now. Our pasta is almost done. That's been in there for about 4 minutes, and it's pretty much cooked because it's fresh pasta, so it takes no time to cook. So what we're going to do, our prawns are done, as you can see, they're all completely pink, and we're going to put our pasta in, and we're going to use some of the water as well because that helps create the sauce. And the pasta will also continue cooking in the.
There you go. Now that's for you.
There you go. Fair play to you.
No
There
problem.
you go. Well done,
I'll
Tommy.
eat the pine nuts while we're waiting.
And
Chef
then-
extraordinaire here.
Well, I would love to, because I'd go and buy pesto.
Pestos.
But it's so easy.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that. That was simple.
But
Next,
it's
we're gonna put
important
the
to
sauce in.
toast them. If I didn't toast the pine nuts, so what difference would it
You
make?
could, I mean, you still make it, no problem. But it adds that extra little bit of flavour, a little bit of depth. So when you're cooking stuff, it's all about kind of building those different
Flavour.
flavours and depths, you know.
So
Now,
like you were saying, you don't want this to make a sauce. This is basically the pesto coating.
exactly, yeah, that's
Everything.
it.
And then the water kind of turns it into the sauce, doesn't
Exactly, the water kind of it brings it all together. So now, this apologies to any Italians that might be out there watching, but we're going to put some parmesan into it. Now, in Italy, they wouldn't really put parmesan with seafood at all. But as far as I'm concerned, cooking is about what you like.
Yeah,
and what you
and it
like
just
to eat.
does it add to the
If you like-
flavour,
It
it
adds to
does.
the flavour. You know, if you like parmesan in it, add it in.
Would you put any cream or anything in?
You could do, yeah, but I don't think it needs it because the pasta water actually creates sort of a cream in itself because it's starchy, you know. So you'll see it now when it comes out. And we put another little bit of salt in on top. And there we are. And there's the chef's favourite dinner at the end of the night.
Wow.
Nice and green and colourable. So we'll knock that off.
This is a family favourite of ours now. This is what we do.
But it's so easy, do you know?
Yeah.
It's so simple.
Well, let me try and find a fork.
I have them here. They're all
You have
here.
forks
Yeah,
there, have
okay.
you? Okay. There we
Look
go.
at that.
Looks
There we are.
delish.
So this
That's
is
lovely, colourful.
So
isn't
chef,
It
when they
is,
come
yeah.
home from work because they're wrecked, they want to
Exactly.
just knock up something
They just want
quickly.
something quick. I mean, that took 5 minutes. You can make that for the family. It would be great, you know.
yeah.
You can have it as a lovely starter. And there we go.
That.
There we go.
Now,
Right, you're going to try the prawns out?
No, I tried the pasta.
Oh,
It's
gorgeous.
lovely and
nice, isn't
fresh.
it? Really fresh.
Yeah, really
Lovely
fresh.
when the weather's going to be really hot the next
Yeah.
week. That's the perfect kind of thing to have.
Great stuff.
There you go.
Thank you so much for
Simon,
coming this morning.
no problem.
Thank you, Simon.
Simon from the Pier House, as always. Tell you what, go out there when the sun is shining.
Exactly, yeah.
It's gorgeous this week. Now, coming up after the break, we're going to be checking in with Derek down at the Kildare Wildlife Rescue Centre.
Yeah, we'll see you back here in just a few minutes.
May your mornings always be golden. Cookery in Ireland AM brought to you by Kerrygold.